a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Ready. Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, the pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin. Subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints and rock. We earn 30 years, so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We installed doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. We're leaving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all keep the flow.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports.
Come on, fellas.
The high, lady!
Come off the ball.
Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. He's at the 30, 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, good move. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now it's Watson. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Derek Barnett in there to bury him for a loss of 11. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big-time play there for the Texans. 57 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
In your face.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw is Watson. This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Miles Boykin, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point put through by Succop, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Now Cousins. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Check 55 tonight. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
A first down carry by Elliott. Eddie Pleasant in on the stop. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. On second and 7, Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this will go out of bounds. And they're still short of the line to gain. So this is going to be a turnover on downs here. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On second down, a run with Breida. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That second down play nets a -4.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Let's go,
On third down, a run from Breida. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. The defense stiffens to force fourth down following that first down gain of 8. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Ellington now to return it. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The Texans 48-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw, Cousins. And this one's incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first-quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie.
The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Elliott. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Cousins completes it to Aguilar. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to...
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
14, Texans 7. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. It gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
And a Jaguar first down.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a long.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Jaguars 14, Texans 7.
What we got?
On third down, Cousins. It's caught. Jones. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Jaguars.
Cousins now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. It's Williams on the catch. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 48-yard line.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to fourth down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. DK Metcalf, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Succa. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Cousins on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin White brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Cousins. Caught by Jones. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
A gain of 10 yards. And it's 3rd down.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw it is Cousins. He completes it to Jones. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
Hey, let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball right here. Check 99. Check Ringo 48. Check that 3.
General West.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll run with Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
First down.
Jahan, Eddie.
Watching the drive. Check pass. Check pass.
Here's Elliott. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Texans' 26-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. On 2nd down, it's Elliott, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
Watson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Flushed out right. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Out of the shotgun, Breida. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Watson on third down. He may try and run for this. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. Deshaun Watson on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Extra point put through by Succop. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go!
At their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
From the 29, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Cousins. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
51 yards on the punt there. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. The final shot before the break, Watson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. He finds an opening past the 40, and he slides to avoid the hit. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Forced out to his left, and that's incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 29-yard line. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. On first down, here's Breida. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. Waller taking it in over the middle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 14. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablet.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Miles Boykin, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans push further out in front.
Touchdown, Texans.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Cousins to throw it. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie linebacker from LSU, Devin White. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. On 1st and 10, Watson. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again, Watson. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans push further out in front.
And in this day and age, I would love to play quarterback in the NFL. Wide open offenses, acrobatic receivers. If you're accurate, you're going to have days like this.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Double dog, that's the way.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
56, Mike, 56. Here we go, D. It's just me and you.
Throwing, Cousins. It's caught by Aguilar. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Elliott. Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Jones has it, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
1st down, Jacksonville.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Crunch time, defense.
Now Cousins. It's complete to Williams. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
At the 38-yard line.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Cousins now. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the Jaguar first down.
Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when and told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Jaguars.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 34-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Let's get some penetration. 59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59. You're trapped.
Quaker Omaha.
Check 13.
Again, it's Cousins. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Past the 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
End of the third quarter with the score Texans 42, Jaguars 17. Pick it up.
Now Elliott. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 23. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Devin White in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Cousins. That one complete to Yeldon. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Hopkins' kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play and try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's second and inches at the 47.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. This is Breida. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
A loss of 2 brings up second and 12 at the Jaguars 38.
Faking the give. Now Watson. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, he'll step aside and be right back. This is Breida on the draw. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Here we go. Check. Check hot route. Hot, hot. Check 3, check 3, check 3, check 3, check 3.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Not ideal there. That delay of game backs him up 5 yards, so now they need 7 yards on third down. They run with Breida. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 2nd and 15 now. Cousins completes it to Aguilar. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. It's caught. Jones. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And a return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
He can't hang.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Watson on the keeper. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Reset. 18. 37. Watch the backer. Watch the backer. Out we go.
And they will take a knee here.
Watson on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee.
Watson on the keeper.
Reset. 19. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Houston, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.